They told me he was here in this country, your father, I mean, but no. The gods are impeding his passage, for no death on the land has befallen the great Odysseus, but somewhere alive on the wide sea he is held captive on a sea-washed island, and savage men have him in their keeping, rough men who somehow keep him back, though he is unwilling. Now I will make you a prophecy, in the way the immortals put it into my mind, and as I think it will come out, though I am no prophet, nor do I know the ways of birds clearly. He will not long be absent from the beloved land of his fathers, even if the bonds that hold him are iron, but he will be thinking of a way to come back, since he is a man of many resources. But come now, tell me this, and give me an accurate answer. Are you, big as you are, the very child of Odysseus? Indeed, you are strangely like about the head, the fine eyes, as I remember. We used to meet so often together before he went away to Troy, where others beside him and the greatest of the Argives went in their hollow vessels. Since that time I have not seen Odysseus, nor has he seen me. Then the thoughtful Telemachus said to her in answer, "See, I will accurately answer all that you ask me. My mother says, indeed, I am his. I, for my part, do not know. Nobody really knows his own father, but how I wish I had been rather the son to some unfortunate man whom old age overtook among his possessions. But of mortal men, that man has proved the most ill-fated whose son they say I am, since you question me on this matter." Then in turn the goddess grey-eyed Athena answered him, "The gods have not made yours a birth that will go nameless hereafter, since Penelope bore such a son as you are. But come now, tell me this, and give me an accurate answer. What feast is this? What gathering? How does it concern you? A festival or a wedding? Surely no communal dinner. How insolently they seem to swagger about in their feasting all through the house. A serious man who came in among them could well be scandalized, seeing such disgraceful behavior." Then the thoughtful Telemachus said to her in answer, "My guest, since indeed you are asking me all these questions, there was a time this house was one that might be prosperous and above reproach, when a certain man was here in this country, but now the gods with evil intention have willed it otherwise, and they have caused him to disappear in a way no other man has done. I should not have sorrowed so over his dying had he gone down among his companions in the land of the Trojans, or in the arms of his friends after he had wound up in fighting. So all the Achaeans would have heaped a grave mound over him, and he would have won great fame for himself and his son hereafter. But now, ingloriously, the storm winds have caught and carried him away out of sight, out of knowledge, and he left pain and lamentation to me. Nor is it for him alone that I grieve in my pain now, no longer, for the gods have inflicted other cares on me. For all the greatest men who have the power in the islands, in Dulichian and Same, and in wooded Zakynthos, and all who in rocky Ithaca are holders of lordships, all these are after my mother for marriage, and wear my house out. And she does not refuse the hateful marriage, nor is she able to make an end of the matter. And these, eating up my substance, waste it away, and soon they will break myself to pieces." Pallas Athena answered him in great indignation, "Oh, for shame! How great your need is now of the absent Odysseus, who would lay his hands on those shameless suitors. I wish he would come now to stand in the outer doorway of his house, wearing a helmet and carrying shield and 2 spears, the way he was the first time that ever I saw him in my own house, drinking his wine and taking his pleasure. Coming in from Ephyre and from Eos, son of Mermeros. Odysseus, you see, had gone there also in his swift ship in search of a poison to kill men, so he might have it to smear on his bronze-headed arrows. But Ilios would not give him any, since he feared the gods would endure forever. But my father did give it to him. So terribly did he love him. I wish that such an Odysseus would come now from among the suitors. They all would find death was quick and marriage a painful matter. Yet all these are things that are lying upon the god's knees, whether he will come home to his vengeance here in his household, or whether he will not. Rather, I will urge you to consider some means by which you can force the suitors out of your household. Come now, pay close attention to me and do as I tell you. Tomorrow, summon the Achaean warriors into assembly and publish your word to all. Let the gods be your witness. Tell the suitors to scatter and go back to their own holdings. And as for your mother, if the spirit urges her to be married, let her go back to the palace of her powerful father, and they shall appoint the marriage and arrange for the wedding presents in great amount as ought to go with the beloved daughter. But for yourself, I will counsel you shrewdly and hope you will listen. Fill out a ship with 20 oars, the best you can come by, and go out to ask about your father, who is so long absent, on the chance some mortal men can tell you, who have listened to rumor sent by Zeus. She more than others spreads news among people. First go to Pylos, and there question the great Nestor, and from there go to Sparta to see fair-haired Menelaus, since he came home last of all the bronze-armored Achaeans. And thus if you hear your father is alive and on his way home, then hard-pressed though you are, you still should hold out for another year. But if you hear he has died and lives no longer, then make your way home to the beloved land of your fathers, and pile up a tomb in his honor, and there make sacrifices in great amounts as is fitting. And give your mother to a husband. Then after you have made an end of these matters and done them, next you must consider well in your heart and spirit some means by which you can kill the suitors who are in your household by treachery or open attack. You should not go on clinging to your childhood. You were no longer of an age to do that. Or have you not heard what glory was won by great Orestes among all mankind when he killed the murderer of his father, the treacherous Aegisthus, who had slain his famous father? So you too, dear friend, since I can see you are big and splendid, be bold also, so that in generations to come they will praise you. But now it is time for me to go back down to my fast ship, and my companions, who must be very restless waiting for me. Let all this be on your mind, and do as I tell you. Then thoughtful Telemachus said to her in answer, My guest, your words to me are very kind and considerate. What any father would say to his son, I shall not forget them. But come now, stay with me, eager though you are for your journey, so that you may first bathe and take your ease and well rested and happy in your heart. Then go back to your ship with a present, something prized, altogether fine, which will be your keepsake from me. What loving guests and hosts bestow on each other. Then in turn the goddess grey-eyed Athena answered him, Do not detain me longer, eager as I am for my journey, and that gift, whatever it is your dear heart bids you give me, save it to give when I come next time, so I can take it home, and to choose a good one, and a fair exchange will for you. So spoke the goddess grey-eyed Athena, and there she departed like a bird soaring high in the air. But she left in his spirit determination and courage, and he remembered his father even more than he had before, and he guessed the meaning, and his heart was full of wonder, for he thought it was a divinity. At once he went over a godlike man to sit with the suitors.